Week seven's discussion after watching Linda Cleette Wayman's How to Fix a Broken School, Lead Fearlessly, Love Hard. In the discussion, as you watch, consider some of the key elements of writing. We have discussed this term: purpose, audience, evidence, passion, catchy opening, satisfying closing. How does Cleette Wayman handle each of these elements with intentionality? What do you find effective about her talk? And what changes would you suggest? I think she really was able to kind of hit all of those, purpose, audience, evidence, passion, really well. Her purpose in that was she worked in a school that just wasn't in a great place, and she wanted to make it a better, safer, more comfortable place for the students that were supposed to be here. Her audience, I think she was really able to dig deep in providing information to speak to not only the audience of those who were experiencing those types of schools, but those who maybe not ever experienced those. She was able to provide some pretty significant details, for one, like the dim lights, the chains on the doors, garbage piled up in these active schools, like where children are supposed to be learning and feel safe. And, she showed evidence of pictures, and you could tell that she really had passion, and she really felt strongly about making this a better space for the children. At one point, she had mentioned that she grew up in poverty too, and that she couldn't really articulate what the student Ashley had, I think her name was Ashley, said to her about it not being a school. She knew what it felt like. She knew that the only way to change it was to do something about it. She had mentioned her three of her slogans, and one of them for being a leader. If you're going to lead, then lead. And she explained how she did that, how she used that slogan, and she really put it to work. She led the change for that school. She got them off of the list of it being an unsafe school within a year of taking over as principal there. And then, just really showing her students that somebody does care about them. She spent time with them during their lunch, and she got to know them on a personal level, and she made them feel special, made sure that everybody that she came in contact with knew that they were important, and help give them or open their eyes to potential opportunities out there in the future. I think she really hit all of those topics we've discussed in our writing pretty well on the head. But I think a lot of that came from her personal experience growing up, living in that same type of a situation or a similar type of situation, and how she wanted to make it better. In my opinion, I think that when something you believe and feel something very strongly, it becomes very easy to express and do things to make it change. So I don't know that there's anything that I would have really suggested for change. She was able, I guess maybe one thing, the catchy opening. At first, listening to it, I didn't really feel like I wanted to keep going. It felt very slow for me personally. But as I began to listen, I could feel all those other things, like the emotion and the importance of what she was saying. So I think, maybe that was the only thing, working on a kind of a different opening, or maybe that was the point of the opening, for it to be slow, to kind of let you see the gravity of the situation that she was working in. But outside of that, I think it was pretty well done. In my opinion, she was very emotionally connected to this, and I think it showed and really helped her support her in this talk.